The Black Fire Radio.
Saw you started breathing. I knew you knew. And just like a lonely, but too shy. But you weren't the only cause, so what? All the way.
I don't know if he's butt naked, this man. I know they caught him sucking penis on Hollywood Boulevard. I don't know if I don't know if he was butt naked, was he? I know they caught him, sucking dick in the alley, because Quincy Jones them because Quincy Jones them had turned him out as the boy, the child. Remember, he's with Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones them found him, so they of course they dug all in the little boy's booty hole. So, hey, that's what they do. It's Quincy Jones. Read.
That means Karibuni Sana family. Yeah.
Sana.
That means Karibuni.
That means mess with little boys' booty holes. Sate Sana.
Oh my God. I don't know. The way that guy looks so innocent between all that.
He was innocent. He was a child. He was a child. Remember, he's a baby there. He's only that song right there. I think he just turned 15. When they found him, he was 11. Remember, he started his career when he was 11 years old. They destroyed him. So yeah, he was like 15 when he was doing. Was he 14 or 15 when he was doing? Can we talk for a minute? And they were doing him like Will Smith. And Will Smith.
Yeah, but anyway, Karibuni Sana family. How
see him now.
I missed you. I missed you.
See, look how old and worn how he look now. You're like, dang, this is Tevin Campbell. You know they done messed him up. Look at him now. Look at him. Short picture of Tevin Campbell where he looks now. You're like, whoa. Remember they was on that show like about 3 or 4 years ago. They were talking about him in the alleys with men and all crazy. It's a rough life. They destroyed his career. At least when they would sleep with Usher, they destroyed Usher. Because remember, he was the biggest star than Usher. He sung better than Usher. He just had Usher moves, but I think they dogged his booty hole a little worse than they did Usher. Yeah, so I think he looks crazy. He looks old as hell.
Family,
Y'all be seeing that picture, looking all crazy and all messed up. You know, he don't like the sweet innocent kid. Can't we talk
Yeah,
for a minute? Looking like your granddaddy's crackhead.
he's old right now.
He wasn't
Quite.
old. He's not old. He looks
God
old because
damn.
he's not old. He been ran through rough and hard. He's messed up now. What happened to destroy your life, Joby?
Crazy. But anyway,
Yeah.
family,
See how destroyed it look like.
karibuni sana.
Gary Booty, look, hey, you go get rid of the picture. You got rid of the picture quick. So look how crazy looky look. That's when they do. They destroy you, Joby. They just, they go, what's going on? I think they raped a little Tevin back there. Okay. So, hey.
That is cute. That is Mr. Black on Fire for those who are asking on TikTok. Yes, it is him. Anyway, family, I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope you are being great. I've really missed you. I've missed being here. And of course, welcome to another episode of the Africa Today show. Today, I believe I've not been able to do the Pan-African list, but we shall be here for quite a little bit longer to, catch up and of course go down with today's discussion. I see we got DJ Trax Karibu Sana. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Shout out to Ayo Isigi anasema what's up? Unakaa poa aje leo. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate. Shout out to DJ Jeromo. Shout out to King James. Shout out to user 18 for following the creator. Shout out to Kesh. Shout out to everyone with us on TikTok. I really appreciate you. And of course, in case this is your first time here, kindly follow us. And for those who are with us on YouTube, Karibu Sana.
Shout out to Tevin Campbell's butthole.
Nah. We don't do that here. We don't shout out to booty, to back pads. We are a distant radio station. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. But anyway, Karibuni Sana. We'll be discussing about Israel and the compliments that we had the Prime Minister, making about them coming back to Africa or uniting back with Africa together. And of course, we know that, this is just a reunion that is of, how do I call it? It has something agenda behind it because we've seen racism comments being made against Africans way before, and we've seen literally how exactly their interest has not been for Africans' interest. So we cannot trust this. And
who's coming back to Africa? Who's coming back to Africa?
The Prime Minister of Israel said that they are coming back to Africa. Israel is coming back to Africa, and of course, I'll be sharing a couple of videos showing
these people have exploited Africa. Go ahead, Joby.
I'll be showing a couple of videos later as we move on. The racism that we've seen literally Africans facing both in Israel and also right here in the continent, because so far we know who are in control of the world. So that's how simple we're gonna keep it, and of course we'll be getting deeper into it. But as we get started, I want to start with what is happening. News just coming in about Pope France. That is why I want us to start, and I want to combine this with what is happening in Kenya and Uganda when it comes to homosexuality. To my utter shock today, I didn't know that actually Kenya for 10 years, there's a chart that has been running and that allows actually homosexuals only to attend the church. This is because we know that majority of the churches do not allow this kind of behavior. We know that and we've seen African countries fighting against this culture that is being pushed, which is about depopulation. We know it's all about the Marburg diseases that they don't want to talk about. It's crazy how we're told that, it's okay to be in, you going like what to Telvin Campbell. Is it called Telvin Campbell, what he went through. Being told that's okay, then it all destroys your mind later. You're just damaged because of peer pressure that you had to get yourself engaged in. It's super, super, super crazy, And these are some of the lessons that I think
it's grooming. I think it's mostly grooming and peer pressure.
I think at this point where it has gotten in Africa, it's peer pressure, because when we're talking about poverty, where lack of employment is the number one major role, and we have the NGOs, which have come forth and they're funding youths, and we'll find the majority of these people now getting engaged in this kind of activities because it's easy money. I mean, I have the means to pay rent. I have the means to literally put ugali on my table. I don't have to go knock on the president's door and demonstrate and die. Hell no. So I feel personally like this also like it's been an influence, or it's an influence literally. It's a culture that is being pushed and people are literally accepting it because of also the offers it comes with it. But I want to read this article because I want to share with what I see Prop France actually is has agreed into the approval of priests blessing same-sex marriages. And it's quite shocking to see that the same churches we're being told to worship, the same people we're being told to worship, the same God, which God accepts homosexuality is just a question. And I don't want to violate TikTok's rules. I don't want to be taken down. I don't know which God accepts homosexuality, which Jesus accepts homosexuality. Because I was trying to check anywhere in the Bible. Apparently, it's written in some. I've seen in Leviticus. Actually, the Bible itself allows it. I've seen it in Leviticus. A couple of few Bible pages that I didn't put into mind, but Leviticus is one of them. But which God? Because for you to continue with creation, you need to have a man and a woman, not a man and a man, not a woman and a woman. You need to go ahead and reprocreate, and you need opposite sex to be able to do all this. You cannot do it by your own. That's just how simple I'll put it. But I want to read this article, starting from, because I see Uganda is the Ugandan courts has come forth to challenge the harsh laws that were passed, that was on May, about the anti-gay law. And I see that saying that the Ugandan Constitutional Court is hearing a case challenging the anti-homosexuality law that came into effect, that was in May, and it imposes severe punishments on those convicted of same-sex acts, including the death penalty of some crimes. The law is being challenged by a group of both individuals and human rights organizations who argue it violates constitutional rights and freedom. The law has been called many things. It has been called many things, including draconian. I don't know what draconian means. Let me look at the meaning.
Draconian means antiquated, old-fashioned, barbaric, or totalitarian. Really bad laws that are like, what would be called draconian? Like somebody when you do genital mutilation would be draconian. You can look at it. Draconian means laws that are just really, really
female genital mutilation.
Yeah, that would be a draconian thing to do. That'd be considered draconian.
Okay, it's like a taboo, Yeah, but it has been, the law has been called many things: draconian, inhumane, and a violation of universal human rights. Those bringing today's case argue that the parliamentary committee responsible did not take enough time to scrutinize it and did not allow any meaningful public participation. They want the law, which has triggered Western sanctions against Uganda, to be declared unconstitutional and annulled. They argue it violates a spectrum of constitutional rights and freedom, including the right of equality and non-discrimination, and the right to dignity and privacy, and the right to freedom and expression and association. Under the law, what is termed aggravated homosexuality is punishable with a death sentence. That is what is happening. But personally, what I'm capturing from this, I feel like Uganda or Museveni is just in fear because of the sanctions that have been imposed in the country. That is why you see now the debate is also coming back and forth, still under discussion, still being debated on. These are chapters that Africa should not be focusing on. We should be focusing on how we're going to build our own manufacturing industries. We're talking about how we don't even have enough textile industry. One of the debates I had a few weeks ago, we don't even process our own food. We don't process our own oil. We don't create nothing for ourselves. And towards that, I want to add with this video. It's true.
The same thing Maria was talking about today on the show previous about them not Africa's a dumping site. You get all the old cars, all these old cars you get because Africans are disrespected. They have not grown up. That's why I showed that video of the Kenyan people running around with that fake Jesus from America who was a homeless man, and the Kenyans all mess. These are somebody's parents. That's the Lord. He's Jesus. So you see Seto and Maria laughing about the Kenyans. I said I can put them down in Uganda, put this white man in Ghana, in Nigeria. It doesn't matter. You get the same outcome. They took it home. Only reason why Kenyans deported him because they were so embarrassed about what I looked to the rest of the world. That your people are this stupid. They know they made their people this gullible and this stupid. You haven't focused on trying to make manufacturing because white people don't want you to do that because it'll make them poor. You're scared that you'd have to go through a real war and start to unite as people. So, ideal. That's why you get all these old cars that cost. You get if you guys don't know, family, the cars in Africa, the prices don't even make any sense. You get old cars. This is how disrespectful Africa gets treated. You get the same kind of old car here that maybe cost $1,000. Africa costs like $9,000-$10,000. You're like, what? What? Because it's the blatant. And the other race blatantly disrespect African people, blatantly, because their fake presidents have no power to stop anything. You need cars; they don't make any there, so you'll take it, and this will be the price. So you imagine these people that are selling these raggedy cars back to Africa, they're making the money that they did when they were new, and then making double the price of these raggedy cars that they give back to African people. It's on another level. You have no power. It's like you're being raped. You just go and rape me, daddy. Rape me. And just lay me down and rape me, daddy. It's crazy. So
it is so sad. Let me share this video of this man who explains where, and I feel like somehow it's true. Something you've been saying for quite some time, that Africans, everyone knows how blessed Africa is, the capability of African people, but not the Africans themselves. Like the rest of the world knows what the continent has, our capability, but not us as African people. We have no clue of the wealth in our continent. We are literally exploited, and all this is benefiting someone else as, again, just $2 out of $1 billion.
That's what Joe said.
Kind of a deal that I'm extra.
And then you can imagine trying to make it. Then you try to negotiate with him at 70. I was telling him about the 70. Then he graduated. You deal with him more. Oh, go ahead, Joby.
Themselves. You go to the Middle East, you go, what's your growth strategy? They go, Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You go to North America, what's your growth strategy? They go, Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can see Africa. I think if you want to build the next Tesla, you want to build the next JP Morgan Chase.
Where do you go for them stuff? Africa. He said the Africans are moron. Let's exploit them.
You can do it. I genuinely the email. There was an email that was sent out that said Africa is.
Africa's what? What are you saying? I think we lost Joby. What happened?
My internet is crazy. Yeah, I'm saying that this is true, whatever this man is trying to explain, because the facts of what I'm just trying to read, like what is happening in Uganda.
We didn't get to him. You took the video down.
You didn't see it? My internet is down then. Let me share it.
Well, he said something. You took it off, and we didn't see the rest. He said he got an email, and that was it. Probably got an email said we're going to rape these goofy Negroes because they're stupid. He said black facts in high places are, yeah. Yeah, black places and high places are useless. That's right. It's like America. They're useless. It's like America. We get the same puppets, bootlicks, coons. It's the same system. They got leaders in all over the world. They do this. The white man is copying and pasting this corrupt all over the world.
But
But the
Africans
black
themselves.
people
You go to
the
the
same bad shit we got here, which doesn't exist. We got no leaders here. Let me see. I don't think Joby thing ain't showing. We pay this guy and it don't even work most of the time. I think Joby frozen. Oh, she's back. There you go. Okay. Well, everything's coming out of Africa. That's why they want a big Ugali African. They want the land. They've always wanted Africa without the African. The African's still a child running behind like, oh, it's my Lord, it's my friend. Okay, moron. I think Joby froze again on me. You freeze, Joby? I think Joby froze. I might lose you. I think Joby froze. You got no sound, Joby. We can't hear nothing.
Yeah, but
Is it playing? Don't worry about it. Even no sound, don't worry about it. We don't know what he.
you can't hear.
No,
Oh,
we had no sound. We don't know what he was saying. So it's probably.
oh, okay. Then my internet. I
Well,
think,
don't worry about it. So what was he saying?
yeah, he's just saying that Africans, literally everyone from the rest of the world, including the Middle East, the Europeans, the Chinese, everyone believes in Africa, but not the Africans themselves. Like they believe in the continent and the people. And through the people, this is what we see even our presidents right now, what we've been discussing lately. We can see Kenya, there's some few farmers who've been sold out to go work in Israel. We have a few from Malawi who have been sent to go work in Israel. Like, how comes just Africans who can literally bring the civilization to you, but not you take your people, bring civilization to you? You claim being the beginning of civilization. Why not choose your people to create what you really want, but you just have to come back to
because the mind is destroyed, and them as puppet leaders, they know they have not educated their people. They know that, Joby, you know why? If I show you a video, you'll know why. I show you a video of Kenyan people running behind a homeless man from America, calling him God. That's why. They took a homeless man from America, put him in a Jesus outfit, had him in the streets of Kenya, and Africans were, that's the Lord, that's Jesus, he's the Lord. That's why. Well, know why? Let me show you why. Let me see if my thing works. Let me show you this. This is why. That's why.
It's so sad. What I'm trying to say in general, some discussion should literally be out of the table for African people. We have a lot to literally build and worry about. Whatever the Europeans, or rather in general, the white people want.
See, this is what happens when you can take a homeless man and take him to Africa. You know, he was in South Africa, but this was in Kenya. You know, the government deported him because they were so embarrassed. Because remember, this video went viral, so this showed how backward the African was. But whose government deported this white man when he's running the streets in Kenya talking about he was God? And all these black people, these grown ass people, he's the Lord, he's Jesus. Let me know when you guys see my screen.
Not yet.
My screen is all my thing is all messed up. Jesus visits Kenya dressed in his old clothes. How about now? You see my screen yet?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the white homeless man that they brought to Kenya. He had crowds so big. See this video when they laughing up here. See, we touring Africa. Now this video went viral. It showed you how childlike and how idiotic the African minds are.
Is this the one we've shared before on the show? Or is this another one?
No, this is the same one. It's got a bunch of videos like this. You got a this goofy Negro here. Whatever. So you got this goofy that pastor in Kenya claims he has found the Messiah, Jesus. This is a homeless man family from America. This is a homeless man. But most Africans, if they see white people homeless, they won't even believe that there's homeless people in Africa. It's a homeless man.
But no, what's always a surprise is for us when you see Mzungu is homeless. That's a shock. Like, why is he homeless? Like,
I believe that's right. Because you believe in your God. You believe how can he be this way? And that's why you can put him on some dirty clothes like this and walk around, and black people go, oh. And the sad fact is, these Africans don't even know any hit. That's why they're considered childlike people. If there was a Jesus that existed, this was Northeast Africa. At that time, there were no white people, no Mzungus in Africa. So the Jesus that you worship would have had to have been black. But if you tell the African that and even show them a black Jesus, they'll reject it because their minds are messed up. This is the thing of a colonial. Look how crazy this goofy bastard right here looks. Smiling, looking all ridiculous as he deceives his own people. This is how treacherously messed up, because he knows he's making money out this no good white man right here running around being Jesus. Now imagine these people out here chasing this white man are the parents of children. There's somebody's parents out here. So what are these morons going to be able to teach their children but domination by other races of people? What are they going to be able to teach them? What are they going to be able to teach these children? Nothing. They run after a homeless man in a messed up robe. He's the Lord. He's Jesus. So instead of Africans focusing on technology, they got some homeless white man that they all gather around want to touch. And so remember, all these videos went viral in Kenya. Was that the Kenyan government was embarrassed because it showed how stupid the people are. And so what they did, remember, they deported this white guy. They deported his ass. They deported him because it made them look so ridiculously childish. They deported him. He didn't do nothing wrong. He just walked around as a white Jesus. But this is back when Uhuru was president. But this showed how idiotic the black mind is. It's why the Chinese don't respect them. The Indians don't respect them. You got childlike minds. That's what I was showing Maria the last show. You have child. I said, I can have this white man go knock on Seto's mother's door, and she'll fall to her knees crying, oh, and come out and get his man money. Because her mind is fucked up. Sometimes I'm doing this, sometimes I'm cuss. You guys didn't cuss on yesterday's show. Not doing any cussing, but I'm going to say that's how bad the African mind is. It is completely destroyed. Until you work out the destruction of your mind, nothing's going to work, because you're not dealing with technology and how to build manufacturing. You're caught up in religious nonsense all throughout the continent. Not every African, but the majority are.
I'm gonna be honest. If there's something that's gonna be hard to unroot,
yeah, you better unroot it, and we better unroot it, or we're gonna be constantly dominated. I know it's gonna be hard. Anything worth having is hard, Joby. Yeah, it's not easy. Not easy. When
you have people. I'm sorry to bring this up, but you have people like my dad believing he's a whole bishop. He's literally, and he even says he's healed HIV and AIDS. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, your father's crazy. Yeah, your father's crazy. Exactly. Your father's a nut. Exactly. Your father, he's a whole bishop and he's a whole nut. Yeah, that's
and you'll find majority. It's not even. We have so many. God, religion. It's so deep. And it's so deep to the fact now that we have presidents. We just had our previous president, Uhuru Kenyatta, who built a whole multi-billion church in honor of his late father, Jomo Kenyatta. Him and their mom. Okay.
And the funny part about his father, that's how you know the scam of the country, because his father didn't even believe in the shit. Father didn't even believe in the nonsense. Father kept the African culture tradition. Father had like 8, 9 wives and married some young white woman. Oh, I mean, some old white woman. Then he married a young girl. He's like 67, married some girl that was 19. What's the Christian behind that? That's Christian. Jomo didn't believe in none of that shit. Jomo, yeah, you weren't throwing this Christianity, stopping Jomo from getting him some young coochie. That didn't work.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It literally starts with our own. Our leaders have literally sold the hope, the religion hope with to us, to the fact that we everything they tell us we also, because we've seen also what Ruto just said. I wonder why the manifestos I make take time to deliver. Oh, God, hear our prayers and all that. I'm like, okay. They include religion in everything that they're supposed to do, and this is why you see Africans really living by hope, and it is super crazy and so
Exactly
sad
right.
at the same time.
Yeah, exactly right, Kay. When it's black people's problem globally, we have nothing but sellouts. That's true too. Religion is poison to our people. Yeah. Remember, one thing black people don't do well is religion and sports and entertainment.
But
Black people
I was watching a certain video. A white man, I think is a white pastor, was trying to explain the difference between a white pastor and a black pastor. I feel like black Americans pastor be exaggerating the whole thing.
Yeah, they do.
Someone like TD Jakes.
Yeah, they do it because we have emotional people. They do a whole skit. Hey, Lord Jesus out there with the oh yeah, hey, raise your hand. Come on, Lord, come on down. Sing for the Lord. Yeah, it's all theatrics, all nonsense. All theatrics. People like, well, because I used to ask my wife when they go to church, how you feel? Oh, the pastor was so good. He felt my soul. Okay, what did you learn? They learned absolutely nothing in there. They be just hollering and singing. Oh, Jesus, all that. What did you learn? Nothing.
You never used to go to church with her?
You did what now?
You never used to go to church with her?
Hell no. For what? She know I didn't believe in that mess. She know I didn't believe in it. Well, I'm going to go to church for what? I'm not going to listen, but I went there one time and it destroyed me. You guys ever been to a southern church, y'all? You guys know they are in the South. So I never forget, my brother came to visit, right? This is funny. My brother's them being straight-laced, almost like coonish, right? Around black. So we went to a black church. My brother being so much of a coon, he goes to like a mostly white, likely a little bit of black people, mostly white church. They just be singing all proper and all weird, right? So we went to church. I think it was my wife's family's church, the church, black church. They up there, he's looking at me like, he looked at me like, what is going on up in here? What the church is this? I got to get out of here, man. These people are going crazy. You guys are black church, get to jumping and dancing in the hall, dancing in the aisle, and all that crazy. I'm just sitting back there like this, like this is absolutely why we dominated globally. I'm looking at this one's in my mind. This is absolutely why we dominate. You can go in Africa, America, black people, everywhere. This is why we dominate. This silly nonsense. But at least in the early 20s, we did build cities. We had the religion. We built successful cities all throughout the United States that they destroyed. They came and destroyed it later. But you like look at this, man. And remember, the South is considered, amongst black people, the South is considered the lowest IQ in America. Because I'm gonna keep it 100. They got the lowest IQ. That black people in the South are considered the stupidest, right? Amongst black people. Now, check it out. Like when I was introducing my wife to my grandmother. My grandmother then flew out from LA, right? My mom flew down from DC, Maryland area. My grandmother flew in from Los Angeles, right? Before I married her. It's a true story. This is true. So we're sitting there eating. So imagine what they talking this crazy talk, right? Our parents are talking like stuff that my family cannot relate to. My family's mostly academics, all got college degrees, all pretty established. My family comes from a professional background, right? They said my family's uppity. He's uppity niggas, right? Uppity Negroes, right? So anyway, we sitting there after the dinner. My grandmother pulls me outside and said, baby, you gonna marry these dumb motherfuckers? That's what she said. It's my grandmother. My grandmother pulled me aside. Said, baby, you gonna marry to these dumb motherfuckers? Because you gonna marry these dumb motherfuckers, baby. It's not gonna work. These people are straight back out of slavery. I've never met no Negroes like this, like they back in the 1800s. These some slavery Negroes. I said, Grandma, you can't say that. You can't say that about these people. These some slavery niggas, baby. It's not gonna work. These people are stupid. You gonna have children with this lady? My grandmother said, you gonna have children with this lady? These people are stupid. These some slavery Negroes. I said, Grandma, what's a slavery Negro? We all was enslaved. Like they still there. They ain't left. They ain't left the plantation. Because you guys know Southern slang, you know, like my family's from LA. And they listen to all that Southern. So imagine Joby coming talking to a Southerner. Even though you still both speaking English, you wouldn't understand each other because of different accents. My grandma was like, I couldn't even understand half what these bastards were saying. Come on, Grandma. So I couldn't understand what these crazy bastards were saying. They talking about when they used to eat possums and shit. They eating possums? The grandma, I never ate no possum. I don't know. They talking about eating possums. What is that, baby? Who's eating a possum? So I'm sure they got the air that my family was arrogant, that my family was uppity, right? So that's what they would always say to me because that's why we moved down to Tampa. I couldn't be around her family. When we moved back up to Pensacola, because friends would tell me her family hated me because they considered me uppity. They considered me too good. I didn't do all the stuff. I'm gonna go eat like Joby said, eat the intestines. I was like, ain't no intestines. Got me messed up. We talking about eating none of this garbage. We talking about. So I was too uppity. I was too. Kingdom's too good for us, right? Too good. I'm too good to eat that garbage. So it always caused friction because when I was least away from them in Tampa, they would always call your husband go to church. Y'all know I don't believe in that shit. Why you keep asking me? You know, and you guys know what Southern church folks do when they all in your business. Your husband ain't going to church with the kids. He ain't going to church and giving praise to the Lord. That ain't what happened. What happened, Joby? What you looking at? What's somebody on TikTok talking to you crazy?
It's Byron Scott's comment got me, swinging my mouth like, is it an possum and cool? And he loved it.
Hold on, Byron. Where you from? I thought you from up north, brother. Ain't you from Milwaukee? Where you from, man? You mean possum and coon? Jesus
big old rat.
Christ. Yeah, big old rat. What is a big old rat? Damn. Where you from, Byron? Thanks for the $10 that you sent. It was the 5 or 10 that you the donation. I seen it this morning. But hold on, Byron. Where you from, brother? You a professor? Where you from, Byron? I got to find out. I ain't never seen a coon. Or he said, I know how you from Milwaukee. I thought so. But I was born in New Orleans. I got to go to New Orleans today. Tomorrow I'll be in New Orleans tomorrow. I'll be in New Orleans. But you was born in New Orleans. I know. Okay, but I'm saying, how long did you stay in New Orleans before you moved up north, before you moved to Milwaukee? How long? Because I know your family probably, man, talking about eating coons and like, what? Eating a big old rat. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm cool. So, yeah, her family talking about eating coons and because her family talking about, was it the coon or was it the possum? They were talking about this at the table. You know, my family never ate no coon or no possum. And so they said, what's the one they say, you probably know, what's the one they say, Byron?
A coon is a coon.
You looked it up? A raccoon. Got a raccoon, Joe.
A coon is a cat, Keith, right?
It's a raccoon. You say raccoon, look up a raccoon.
Let me share my.
Yeah, we do coon for short, raccoon. But look at the possum. The possum would be worse. So
Yeah, I've seen the possum. I've seen he's big.
see, but which one you gotta have if they come sell? You gotta make sure you got the feet, or they'll sell you a cat. Is the raccoon as close to like a cat? They said if you don't got somebody sell you a raccoon, you gotta make sure it's got the feet on it, because they'll be selling you a cat to eat. Imagine my grandma was sitting there hearing all that. She's like, "What? Raccoon keep the feet?" I've been in Milwaukee all my life. Yeah, but I'm a Southerner yet heart. But yeah, but who's eating coon? Yeah, that's a raccoon, Joey. That's what Byron ate. Because
Man,
it's the coon.
that is crazy, man. We just resumed on the show. What the hell is this? What is this?
Would you eat that, Joey?
Man. I have my dinner ready, Byron. You're just about to destroy my appetite. What are you eating? What is this? This is a fox. This looks like a fox, a whole fox.
It's a coon. It's smaller than a fox. It's a coon. It's a raccoon. We just say coon for sure. That's what we call black people when we call them coons, right? He's cooning. It's coon ass Negro.
Is it? I'm sorry to ask. Is it because of hunger, or is it a delicacy that people just?
Joey said it's because you don't got nothing to eat. Joey's asking you, Byron, it's because you don't got nothing else to eat because of hunger. You eating that thing.
Yeah, because why would you eat rats and these things while you have chickens and beef?
No, I would never eat that thing.
It's crazy.
But that's what my wife's family would be eating.
No, it is weird.
Pull up the images of a possum too, Joey.
That's not even funny. It's not even funny.
Joey said she's not eating that. Look at Joey's face.
It's no funny.
No. So somebody invite you to dinner in America, you're not gonna eat that, Joey. I got the coon for you, Joey. It's special for you because you're from Africa. You are the special guest. I mean,
nah, thank you. I come with my chicken from Africa and ugali flour. These are ugly thing. This is what you eating. This ugly thing, you put in this ugly thing as a meat on your mouth. Have you seen how beautiful a cow looks, and a goat and a sheep? Why would you eat this?
Joey's thing is still buffering. We'll see when it stops. Joey's thing is still buffering. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, that right there, that's a possum, Joby. God damn. Would you eat that?
Have you seen how beautiful a cow looks and a goat? Why would I eat a scary looking thing like this? This is so ugly. It even has babies on the
the white boys eat them up there. Yeah. I know they eat them up there in Pennsylvania. The white people eat a lot of raccoons. I think that's where black people got it from. I've eaten iguana because I was hungry, and you say you ate iguana. Damn, where you get iguana from? So I was hungry on patrol in Central America, but I love the taste of raccoon and possum. God dang. He said he loves it, Joe, but he's not because he's hungry. He loves the taste of coons and possums.
Good luck to you, Byron. I'm nice. I'm okay. I'm good even meeting you. Like, I'm good, Byron. Like, no, I'm okay. Nice to meet you from here. What? How do I trust you when I come to your house? You're not gonna give me raccoon and possum and tell me like you say you love it, so you're gonna definitely cook me what you love. No.
Yeah, and they go like possum. You guys remember that commercial? You guys remember that cartoon? We were kids. That was like the guy used to be dancing about eating possum stew. I'm going to eat me a possum stew. Because when I was a kid, like, what is possum? Possum stew, because it sounds good in the grocery. Said possum stew. That sounds pretty good. Stew. We all like stew, right? With potatoes. I seen a possum. I'm like, what? How do you catch a possum? Them things are dangerous. Them things will tear your teeth. Them things will rip your hand off. A raccoon will mess you up. I remember years ago, I was somewhere taking out the trash. There's a raccoon out there. But raccoon will fuck you up. It's like, God, there's a coon out here, man. Raccoon will mess your ass up. Well, Joby, what?
Thank you.
Joby, if you came to my house, I would definitely feed you steak and lobster, young lady. Steak and lobster.
Thank you. Thank you. That sounds now better. You know? That's what you're talking about, you know. From there we can continue.
Yeah, Joby likes lobster.
You know?
I think last time Joby had lobster, she was in Dar es Salaam. Yeah, Joby likes lobster. But he might sneak a plate in on you, Joby. Sneak a plate of
no, thank you.
Sneak a plate.
Steak and lobster. Don't try it.
What kind of meat is this? Joby, this is cow steak. Give me old possum and shit. Raccoon.
Nah, I'm good.
Man. I don't know where you can get. I don't know where you can buy raccoons from, because you got to kill them. Because I know in the South they were killing people, come by and sell them. That's because what's the one you got to make sure you got the feet on it, or you believe it's a cat. It's probably a raccoon, right? It looks more like a cat. You got to make sure it's got the feet when they sell it. Because if it don't got the feet, they can be selling you a cat. Like what? Like what? Oh man. All right, Kate. That's up. That's right. Start the BS. You're a very beautiful young lady. I am almost tempted to come to Africa. Africa's so beautiful.
You're welcome. Very welcome.
Did you guys see the young lady had on there yesterday on TikTok from Cameroon? She was gorgeous. That girl was absolutely gorgeous. I know what the hell she's saying, but she was beautiful. Africa was beautiful. That young lady was beautiful. From Limby, whatever it's called. She was gorgeous. That girl was absolutely. That African girl was absolutely good. I felt all uncomfortable because she was in the bed. Like, hey, girl, get out the bed. What you doing? Get out the bed. What's that? What's up? Yeah, Joe, but she was in the bed on TikTok.
TikToking with Mbaba. With Mbaba. I found Mbaba. I just found Mbaba.
That was she was thinking. She didn't get no money from me. she running around. I was doing the show, so I had to keep my cool. I was like, girl, put some clothes on and get out the bed. What you doing, man? What you doing? So I know she's probably fishing for cats on TikTok to pay her bills or some shit. What you doing, man? What's going on? What's happening?
I found Mbaba to pay my rent this month. Mbaba from America.
Good luck with that. And I ain't gonna lie. This one, Joby asked me, what are sexy accents? She had an African woman speaking French is sexy as shit. And she had that French accent. Yeah, that shit sexy. That shit sexy. Show me South African accents. I don't find that shit sexy at all.
With the click sound.
Oh man, that's even worse. I'm like, nah, I'd rather eat a whole possum than to hear that. Yeah, she was beautiful. She was rolling around. That girl was beautiful. I was like, oh man, come on, man. You get me rolling around in the bed. I'm busy. What you doing? What you doing on here? I don't know how to get rid of nobody. I don't know how to work that TikTok. How to get your ass out of here. She kept talking. Are you from America? Parlez-vous français? Papa da ba da. I said, girl, go put some clothes on. God damn it. You rolled around the bed in your panties. What's up? What's happening? I ain't got no money for you.
Crazy, Monday. What are you doing?
Anyway.
As we move on, I wanted to share a video I bumped into on TikTok over the weekend, and this is a showcase. As much as we're talking about Africans being, dominated mentally, especially mentally, I see Africans, especially the youth, are waking up. We had a demonstration in South Africa from students demonstrating against the French ambassador in South Africa, and they took a coffin to the French ambassador as a showcase of how they literally brutalized the people of South Africa, killing them, murdering them. They gave them it was like a showcase of what you offer. We're giving you what you literally offer, and now it's our turn. We want you to go. If it's not this, you're gonna end up the same way.
Yeah, the youth are waking up. It's definitely an awakening of the youth. While their mamas in church run around. George, you're not sure what?
I'm not sure if my internet will play.
It might not. Your internet's been jacked up. You've been eating all kind of possum.
Let me try not let it behave. Let me know if you guys can see my screen.
It's still buffering. Let you know, it's still buffering. Still buffering. There it goes.
Did it pop?
No, there it goes. Yeah, it popped. The French-African war is escalating. French ambassador receives a coffin as a gift from furious protesters. Yeah, so that means Africans are finally unite because the French are not.
Ambassador. This video from South Africa, which has been trending online, where protesters are seen carrying a coffin and taking it to French ambassador in saying that they are tired of French imperialism in Africa. And it is time for France to leave Africa completely because of the sins they have committed in Africa, especially Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger and Guinea. Listen to this video.
We are here at the French embassy to make our declaration as the African Party. We have a beautiful right there. That's the gift that we have for French ambassador and for the entire French system in Africa. We want to say we are tired of French imperialism. This is a symbol of all our deaths that French has killed. This gift to deposit here and to say it's time to the imperialism.
Africans are now speaking up for each other.
Give you this beautiful gift. That's what I have to give to your boss.
Wow.
The ambassador. The reason why we are here, sorry,
I think it was
no, this is all the gift. This is all the gift. And I'm going to explain to you the reason why.
Christmas came early, my brother.
All people that you see here are students. The most important thing is that they don't know what to expect in the future. But the French kids who are going to school just like you, they know already when they finish the school, they have a job, they have a house, they have right? And what makes that possible, since it has been exploiting 40 countries in Africa, taking force out of Africa to prepare the future of French children. Why the African children like you, out of school, you don't have a hope. You don't know what's going to happen when you finish the school. That's why we are here in this generation, where we say we are at the point of no return, where we say that is a unique
unity of Africa. You at your point of no return. You unite and get your stuff back. Stop worshiping people who stole from you. You run over there and don't realize they living good because the stuff they stealing from you.
Of Africa, and is the time that Africa is standing up to rebuild itself as a global power base.
French ambassadors in order to thousands of Nigerians gathered near France's military base in Niamey to celebrate the departure of French ambassador. About a month, the military junta ordered him to leave. Meanwhile, cheers to all who stood strongly with Niger and made their voices heard. We all did it to religion, tribe, culture, or colonial Iroquois to fall.
Exactly. Take some bubble gum. I lost Joby. Joe with that bad internet. Exactly. Take some bubble gum. I think the French will be able to withstand this pressure. Yeah, they're not going to leave. They're now actually planning an assault on Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and Mali, coming from Senegal, Togo, and Benin. I think the Ivory Coast, if I'm not mistaken. So they're not going to leave without war. The Europeans have been exploiting Africa for the last 400 or 500 years. That's where all the wealth came out of. You know, I got to tell people, how do you think they rebuilt themselves after World War II when Europe was completely destroyed? Couldn't feed or house itself. They didn't develop Africa. They went and took all the resources from Africa and redeveloped Europe. You know, off of African resources. Now Europe is back to develop and Africa is still underdeveloped. So, you know, the whole thing has been to keep stealing from Africa. Right? You'll find the youth are gaining a backbone. They're not scary anymore. The youth are finally gain a backbone like their parents and grandparents. They're not scary. The youth of Africa now not as scared as they used to be. Always scared. Oh, you okay, white man? Always scared all the time. So the African youth are not as scared anymore like their parents and their grandparents were. So you don't see the docility anymore as much. So you see an awakening of African people. So
I love this demonstration and the fact that they understand. It's like we've seen majority of the demonstration when they happen, when we speak of us having an agenda, Africans, majority of us don't have an agenda when we go outside to demonstrate. Like perfect example I'll give with the opposition-led demonstration. That is not truly a demonstration for the people. That is for the benefit of the opposition.
Exactly.
You know, but because we've been miseducated and we don't understand how power and politics works, we think that they are working in favor of us and everything. But I love the fact that how it was demonstrating and saying that this is for Africa. We're not just demonstrating because of the French based in South Africa or in Kenya or Uganda. The whole continent, no matter where they are, all of them, they need to live. I just love the fact that we're now understanding we as a continent, we need each other. We need to rely on and support each other no matter where we are. If Kenya is facing a problem, I as a Ugandan, I should be able to demonstrate. If Uganda is facing a problem, I should be able to understand the same problem is going to affect me if my president also does not comply.
That's what we said about that. That's for the division, exactly. That's why the borders exist. That's the division. If I can divide, that's easy for me to conquer. So yeah, because France never conquered South Africa. South Africa was conquered by the Dutch and the British. So that means they're having solidarity with their brothers and sisters in Mali, Burkina Faso, and the other parts of Africa that were colonized by the French. You know, during the Berlin Conference when they were chopping up Africa, okay, Britain, you're going to get this. France, you're going to get this. Portugal, you're going to get this. Germany, you're going to get this. To understand that, you know, these borders are phony. So they're now understanding, you know, as African people, you come together. Your powers and your unity. Only people can go ahead, Joe.
It is true, and we need to realize that we need, because you know it's so crazy right now. As much as you talk about, I'm trying to look at the generation of, when you say the generation of today or the children being born are gonna wake up. I think it could be easy if only the system of education could be changed right now so that these children can grow up with a strong mentality of understanding what we're dealing with it would be easy actually to save and have a revolution. But because the system of education is still the same, we're gonna have to wait for them to finish school to realize themselves, understand how the world works. The same way with us, you know.
Not really. You got a lot of the youth already know. I was looking at something. It was astonishing. That kid was like 2 or 3 years old in Africa, was doing all kind of history. How do you know all that? Should have kept that TikTok video. I think my phone went off or something. But it was astonishing what this kid knew. It was amazing. Like 3 years old. I think he was in Nigeria. But knew the whole thing of how white people came and stole everything and blah, blah, blah. It was amazing. That was a 3-year-old child.
That is Afrocentric education. I'd say so.
Yeah, but he didn't have the education yet. He was only 3. He was only 3 years old and knew all this stuff. It was amazing. That's what's my put on the thing. You think the youth are not waking up? Look at this. They showed that child. What he knew was amazing. He was only 3, so he couldn't have known. He didn't go to school yet. How do you know all that? Because they're coming back with that information. They've been born. These are the ancestors being reborn. So you got ancestors being reborn because one way or other, with Africa's population, unless they able to big ugali everybody, you're not gonna stop Africans from taking back over power of the planet. So there's to be too many. There's no way. No way. There's no way you're gonna. That's within 30 years. 30 years, the population of Africa is massive.
I really hope it happens super, super quick. Like Katie was saying, I hope when it happens, I'd love to also be here to see it happen. I'd really love to see revolution happen.
You guys are young. Hell, I'll be here. Shoot, I'm an old man, but I'll be here. Talking about
you are old Mbaba.
You got right, old Mbaba. I'm gonna be like Jomo Kenyatta.
You're not looking for a 616, no?
No way.
Yeah, but I was also watching another video about this white woman who went all crazy on this Black American man and telling him, you know, you better be grateful that you're not living in Africa in a damn shit. You know, I'm like,
yeah.
It's crazy every time when you listen to the videos of white people always cussing on Black Americans and telling them, be grateful you're not living in Africa in a damn shit.
I told you that. I told you growing up, they tell you be grateful. They told we're lucky we were slaves. You could be in Africa, it was all poor. People don't have toilets and they living in shacks and in the trees. Told you that's what they tell you. Be grateful that we stole you from Africa. You're not living over there now. It's all destroyed. What are you talking about? As far as I knew, yeah, as far as I knew, you know, we didn't get no pictures of we got one thing of Joby showed house. Picture of the house that Joby was in, then like they was in a shack over in Mombasa, then like they was living in a tree. And there's a nice house with a pool. They look like they was living in trees.
Crazy ones, it is crazy.
Yeah, what they say.
Let's see if I can share it.
Well, I said that's the key, Byron. What you mean? Why is West Africa the key? All of Africa or West Africa? Here she go. Let me see this one. This one.
She's out here harassing this lady trying to do her job.
They're all ganging up on me.
Ain't nobody ganging up on you. You know, deliver her back.
You can't.
That's harassing this lady trying to do her job.
They're all ganging up on me.
Ain't nobody ganging up on you. You know what you.
They always try to pay the victim when they do shit. They always try to pay the victim when they're in the wrong.
She's out here harassing this lady trying to do her job.
They're all ganging up on me.
Ain't nobody ganging up on you. You know what you was doing. You was harassing that woman in between those doors. You can't deliver her package.
And you black people can't. You can't.
That's your thing. That's your thing because we black.
Because
where you going live on video. You'll be on YouTube, Karen. You'll be on YouTube, Karen. You will be on YouTube, Karen.
You black people. She wanted to come in. She calls her, says you black. people. She wanted to call them the N-word.
Go on, kid.
I said she wanted to call them the N-word. She said, "You black people."
She did it.
I know, but she wanted.
She did it.
She wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
She could not give you that package.
You should be thankful for
That package do not belong. What do you mean by thankful?
thankful to be in our country.
You right. What's your name?
Look
What's
at
your
it in
name?
our
You
country.
have a car to drive. You're not living in a dust bowl in Africa.
So you're entitled to be in America, and I'm not.
You're not living in a dust bowl in Africa.
No, you should.
You're entitled to be in America, and I'm.
Well,
Lucky
you
you.
earned it.
You're lucky, you no good black bastard, that you're not living in a dust bowl in Africa, where you're
And there's
supposed to be. You're supposed to be in Africa in a dust bowl, you no good black person.
And maybe successfully, that's the image they have managed to show, and this is why still even up to date, we're judged that Africa is poor. We live in a like the whole continent is poor. They've managed to execute the image of Africa poorly, and it has worked so well, perfectly well.
It's propaganda. Complete propaganda, guys. And that was, it worked on me as a kid. I used to, man, I don't want to be in Africa. They got flies on their face.
Black women told me Bill Clinton screwed a black woman and decided they were human. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Well,
what'd she say? What this crazy woman said about black women? What? That black women are the first humans? That was black women are the first humans. What are you talking about? That's the most ridiculous thing you heard. Did she say she got a problem that black women are the first humans? And that's the most ridiculous thing she heard of? Black women are the first humans on the planet. What are you talking about, lady? That's a fact. You know what I mean? That's a fact, lady.
baby.
I'm trying to help.
If you like it or not, that's a fact.
Oh, you cannot help her. She explained it to you that she could not give you them folks packages.
Telling her she couldn't. I couldn't. Please.
Just go ahead, call them.
Put it on
Because
YouTube.
You gonna be used to police.
Care.
Go call them.
I don't care.
Go call them.
I don't care if they show up and they'll shoot
You
your
call.
black.
You felt threatened. You should have called them yourself.
Our little tribal path.
All right. You remember that?
Problems. You're lucky you're not in a dust bowl in Africa.
You remember that when they put your ass out this building?
That's no that.
That's our little tribal path.
All right. You remember when they put your ass out this building?
But your dust bowl in Africa. Get back to Africa in your dust bowl and your miserable poverty over there with the flies on your face and your big bellies. Your dust bowl in Africa. Dust bowl.
I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you.
You don't belong on this property.
Uh-huh.
I will call the police.
Put me off.
You belong on this property. You better get your black
I tell my daughter that sometimes I can show you better than I
I'm
can
a
tell
call
you.
you.
Neither one seems to work, though. She still doesn't clean a room. Listen, this is.
Yeah, but I just want to share that. I wanted to share that specific part
That's funny.
because
That's who they are.
that's
Remember they
literally
just-
the Chinese, the Indian.
Mm-hmm.
Every time they see an African in their country, we're all poor. We came to beg. You know, we are not. We don't deserve to have businesses. If you have, actually, how did you acquire this? You are a gangster. You stole. You know,
That's it.
This is crazy. It's super crazy. It's super crazy. African people, well, I've just come to realize that we really need to just unite, because our division is the key to success to these people's immorality, you know, and all their behaviors. They use our division as a key. You can literally hear her talking about, I don't have a tribal path. What are you trying to talk about? What do you mean you don't have a tribal path? So you're trying to hit back to Africans being tribal. That's a thing, you know. I don't have a tribal path.
She said she don't have a tribal path, not path. She called him You call them a tribal bastard, like somebody like, ooh, with a spear and a drum. You tribal bastard, get back to Africa. Go back to your dust bowl. You tribal person.
Let me tell you, with that's basically what you were talking about yesterday. It made me realize a lot, like with the movie that you referred us to watch. That's predicted. I was watching another video that was also explaining the same on BitChute, which I would share, not today, but I've not finished it yet. But it was explaining about they are trying to control, of course, the internet, shutting down the internet. Having no way to travel and everything. But if you look at all this from just the angle of the movie itself, how these are black man who went to a white man's house thinking he's its friend, and at some point he couldn't be helped, You're like,
No,
I don't know you. I don't know.
He said, I know you, but is this different now? You're not
Exactly.
I worry about my family. You worry about yours. Get off my property.
Exactly. Do you know what that shows literally when it comes to the black community? Because still at the end of the day, this guy ended up helping this white man's child.
Yeah, it shows that black people are more humane, Joby. That's what we are. They're not. And that's why his daughter was pissed off. His daughter was like, what are you doing? You need to help me. You're my father. Your first obligation is to me, not to them. Your obligation is to me, not them. He said, well, can I help both of us? Can I help you and help everybody? No, your obligation is to me. So I do appreciate they made that young black girl strong. He said, your obligation to me, not to these white people. Your obligation to me. You my father. My safety is your obligation, not them. Not to them. Let them leave. Let them go. Get out the house. He said, your obligation is to me. It's true, not to everybody else.
Something else to learn from that is where when we say about black community, black people unifying or uniting, that's what we're talking about. Because if such crisis and if this, because these are predicament that is gonna come true and maybe it's gonna happen. We don't know when, how, especially when. The when time is nobody knows.
I told you you're gonna need each other. Yeah, African Americans. Yeah, African people need each other.
That's for sure.
And the same fact, they don't come together. Black people are caught up with entertainment, religion, and sports. And so when this happens, like me and Dan were talking about, most black people are not going to survive that. They're not going to survive this coming. Remember when he went over, he said, we don't know nothing about this. We don't know how to survive. And that white guy said, that's your fault. That's your fault you don't survive. Get off my property. That's your fault. You better start learning now. You better learn now. That's your fault. The other white man said, I'm a stupid man. I don't know how to do nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I got to get off my property. That ain't got nothing to do with me. You don't know nothing. That don't got nothing to do with me. Does it matter? What you say, Joby?
That's a hard lesson we need to learn, man. We need to learn. That movie should teach a lot, literally, to us black people. It should be very educative, no matter where you are. It should be able to make you learn 1, 2, 3 things on knowing the people you can rely on, and especially the black people, because the white people won't save you. It's clear.
They're not gonna save you. They're gonna shoot you in the head.
They won't save you. You don't have time for that.
Yeah, believe me. When society breaks down, Joby, like that, they don't gotta pretend no more that they're your friends. No more pretending, no more. No more pretending, just being courteous and nice because it's the right, or no one we see as a bad person. When society breaks down, you get to see who they really are now. And it's every man for himself. Ain't gonna be about, oh, you black people, come on in, let us help you. You ain't gonna see none of that. Say, you N-words, get off my property, you N-words. Hey, you ain't got no food? Too bad. Should have prepared. N-words gonna starve. When you see the black man would say, yeah, you guys in my house, okay, we'll try to make it work. You know, that girl was mad, said, can you believe we're in the basement of our own home? You see, in the funny part, you guys don't bitch, these other these white sites like BitChute and Rumble. They're mad about where that black girl was talking. And she's being very confident about this. This is our house. We're not supposed to sleep in the basement. We're supposed to be upstairs in our rooms. These white people are supposed to be in the basement. They're just here. If this is Airbnb, we let them rent it out, but that's over with. If we want to put them out, they lucky to stay here, okay? But we're not supposed to be in the basement. It was her father being humane and being the nice guy. Okay, babe, we'll set it out tomorrow. We'll figure out what's going on. The girl said, I'm in the basement. You know, the basement was nice. Like, I'm in the basement. I ain't supposed to be here. This is our house. I ain't supposed to be down in this basement. That's all I know. So, which is true. Which is absolutely true. It's our house. I'm not supposed to be in the basement. White people supposed to be down here in this damn basement, not me. But the father was being more nice, like, no, calm down, baby. We'll work it out tomorrow. And she was like, I want these white, that's the daughter. I want these white people out the house. The father was trying to be like, the daughter said, I want these white people out of here. Because you know how they...
At first, you know, when it began, I had not followed up because I was cooking and watching at the same time. So I was like, she's the wife. Because she was rough. I'm like, yo, that must be the wife. Because she was so tough. I'm like,
that's the daughter.
I had them saying out that's when I had saying, you know, about the plane of the mom, which was supposed to come in that day and all that then.
Yeah, that was the daughter. That was the daughter saying, you know, making her father, you know, hey. She said, hey, I'm your responsibility. She said, I'm your responsibility, not these people. If shit goes down, I'm your responsibility, not these people. My life comes first. Yeah, it was unfortunate. Most of our people are going to, When this happens, Jack, I'm hoping. I think they want to do it next year. They want to do it next year. They're going to start. But as far as the complete collapse, they need to steal another election. The white people now see when white people got down, they're starting to wake up. They're broke and homeless. Like, well, what's the benefit of being here now? America, I'm broke. I can't pay my bills. I can't get nowhere to live. But they're going to try because they've been trying to stop Trump from getting in, even though he's just as bad, but he's not. He's still a controlled item. But I figured, I'll be honest, I figured in America, you got maybe 2.5, 3 years. 3 years, I'm out of here. I'm gonna let y'all know I'll be doing Blackout Fire from Africa. I'm out. I am gonna be the real Mbaba. I'm gonna fly back. I'm gonna fly back and scoop that girl up from Cameroon. Say, come on, girl, let's go to Kenya. Go to Stanford. I see she start falling in the channel. Come on, let's go. But she ain't see me on there because we got banned. We got banned on that shit again. We got banned on that no good TikTok again. It's crazy. But you know, the only thing I'm gonna be in Tanzania more I will Kenya, because Kenya is even though they got a puppet in Tanzania, it's gonna be hard for them to implement everything because they know a lot more than the Kenyans know. And right now, Rudo's trying to fast track everything. So I make sure that everybody at the networks are able to go back and forth from Tanzania to Kenya. So if something jumps out from Kenya, we just do business in Kenya, but we can set everything up in Tanzania and keep everything still operational. I'll make sure we have property and everything else there. Because family, it's about to get really deep. And remember and when it ended, it didn't end because they got the second version coming out in March. It's a part 2 to that, where they got a complete civil war.
I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending.
It didn't have no ending. It wasn't that the girls went down and started looking at some TV and the bombs are going off in New York, destroying New York. She's like, oh, and the animals are trying to tell them, hey, shit's happening. She's like, oh, the animals. And the father and them was arguing with the other white man. Get off my property. The kid's teeth were coming out his head, radiation. So it ended with chaos. It didn't end. So it's going to pick up again. That movie's going to come out in March, where America leads the complete civil war. Because they already had the so white people are not going to live in the way black people live in. They're not as humane. They're not going to live in poverty the way we've been living in poverty for years. So they've already had a supercomputer family war game out there about nothing changes by 2030, between 2030, 2031, there will be a civil war in this country. They've already war gamed it. The supercomputer said this civil war is inevitable here. cannot be, unless things change now, America's going to fall. It's going to be a civil war here. I'm not going to be here. I'm out of here. I'll be gone for a couple of years before it goes into complete civil war and chaos. Black people in the streets ain't got nothing to eat. You know, black people don't pay attention to nothing. They too busy talking about what's happening with P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, or what's happening with Will Smith, and what's happening. Who gives a dang? I don't, what? Black people, so, and they caught up in their religion, or they were waiting on white Jesus to jump out the sky. He ain't coming to save their ass. And remember, all these white people, what happened? What's so funny? Remember, kid, I got, you got what? You got what? You got dibs on the Cameroon. You can have Cameroon girls, mama. So let me know where she leaving. Yeah, yeah. Remember she said, "My mom." You got to talk to my mom. I don't want your mom. Your mom's too old for me. I don't mess with
Kijiji
old.
Beach, Danny.
Huh?
I see Danny is saying that he can't wait to see Africa. It'll be an experience to see Kijiji Beach. Where's Kijiji Beach? I don't know about Kijiji Beach.
That's Dar es Salaam. It's on the south side. It's south of it's south of Rosterland.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, Joby be there. Joby be there with you. She can help you. She can cook your whole coon.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm cooking ugali, okay? I'm cooking you ugali. I'm not cooking you no possum stew and boil. I'm not touching weird things.
Yeah. Hey, Byron, I don't think the girl from Cameroon's gonna want to eat your possum and your coon with you. She might her mama might like, hey, I don't know what this is. I'm straight. But yeah, Joby be there with you, Dan. Joby be there with you. Then. I'm fine. I can cook my own food. Yeah. Yeah. Joby help you translate through the Dar es Salaam streets. I have Joby and Wallace down there in March, so you'll be all right. We check out the land and check out Wallace and all that good stuff. It's a beautiful place. I think Joby them had fun in Dar es Salaam, so they'll be there. She'll be there with Wallace and you and Nish. Nish, you better pay that lady her money. You better not be trying to jump on cabs. Don't pay that lady. Your family.
Yeah, but anyway, as we get to the main focus of the day about what the Israel Prime Minister said about, them uniting back with Africa. I don't know where this statement comes from.
They've never helped any African. These people have never helped Africa. They've only exploited it, robbed it, stealed it. They promoted. Remember, these same people promoted apartheid in South Africa to keep Africans impoverished and have the apartheid system, because mostly them ran the government and the finance. They still run most of the finance in South Africa. The De Beers and Oppenheimers are what? Jewish. Who run the country. Oppenheimer, Jewish. De Beers, Jewish. South Africa. So they was the one enslaving South Africa. Go ahead, you play it.
Let me share this first.
The help of these people. These people have been what? Sterilizing African women that were there. They've been making sure they couldn't give birth. The most racist people on the planet talking about helping Africa. Remember, they finally got kicked out of the African Union. They're so bad. They kicked them out of the African Union. They try to
coming back to Africa.
Coming back. No, you're not coming back.
Africa. And Africa is coming back to Israel.
So a few issues here. Firstly, this guy originates from somewhere in Western Asia, not Africa.
Exactly.
Actually, hold on a minute. He's from Europe. No.
Exactly.
Secondly, let's break down why an Israeli Prime Minister would be so keen to capture us like this. Israel has a problem at the United Nations. Africa has 54 countries, and so every friendly country is a valuable vote in the UN. Take Togo, for example, a country recently coaxed by Tel Aviv, and the only African country among 9 that voted against the UN resolution condemning the US's recognition
these puppet states
of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. So this kind of strategy is clearly paying. The diplomatic victory is dividing and conquering Africa's traditional pro-Palestinian stance.
Divide and conquer. African see, and these puppets are seen as fucks and they retarded.
In the African Union as in 21. During this time,
Okay.
Israel had worked to establish relations with Muslim majority countries like Chad, Sudan, and Mali to break its regional isolation and deal a blow to the service status since suspended and its diplomat booted out of the last AU conference. Yeah, that video went viral.
Yeah, when they kicked her out, they thought they would just come in and be part of the African Union. And they said, lady, you're not part of the African Union, get your ass.
Then
This is how arrogant they, when they came into the African Union, sat there. They wasn't invited. We're gonna be part of this no matter what. You Negroes will do what we tell you to do. And I'm surprised the Africans actually had a backbone and kicked their ass out of there. Get your ass out of here. I'm surprised. Usually Africans, okay, you do what you want to do to us. I'm surprised they kicked her out. Get your ass out of here.
Most sinister element to their presence in Africa, arms sales. As Kenya's former president had exclaimed on his 2016 Israel visit, quote, our common battle is against Islamic terrorism. As such, Israel has sold arms and exported military training to countries around the Horn of Africa. It's even reported that Israel will help Kenya build a 708,000-meter wall along its border with Somalia. Building walls does sound like an Israeli idea. Not a very good one, though, as this guy knows.
Building walls. Yeah, they're racist.
Finally, it is worth remembering that the guy preaching Israel going back to Africa is also the prime minister who said that Africans inside Israel are, quote, a concrete threat to the Jewish and democratic character of the country. So I don't think he's in Africa's elections. He has relentlessly tried to kick out African migrants. A matter dubbed by Israeli politicians is the, quote, African menace. Yet Netanyahu has also called Africans infiltrators who need to leave the country and take their money or spend the rest of their lives in an Israeli prison.
And remember,
Tel Aviv has literally done that.
All those lands were African lands. All those lands were African before all these people showed up and conquered it. But that the Africans there are treated so racist, even the other so-called black Jews that they accepted, they sterilized these women so they couldn't have black babies. This absolute racist idea. You get these puppets who they just smile with the white Israel. You give me some money, master, for me, my family. Don't worry about the other dumb Negroes. We got money for me. Yeah, keep you empowered, nigga. You goofy bastard. So, there's never been no benefit for no damn Israel in Africa ever. To destabilize still. Who's been stealing out of the Congo? Oh, the Israelis again. The Israelis been stealing all the diamonds and gold and cobalt. Got people working for $1 a day, can't feed themselves. Who's behind that? Oh, Israel. Everybody knows this, but who backs and supports Kagame? Israel. Oh, who's trained his military? Israel. Yeah. Third, who backs Museveni? Israel. Oh, yeah. You're not supposed to know that. But go ahead, Joe.
Around $3,500 to leave Israel and even
give money to get out.
Up the air
Negroes out
to send them back to Africa.
Exactly.
And if they reveal time for refugees within Israel's borders.
And understand, Israel is in Africa technically. It is in Africa. That's Northeast Africa. Until you go back to
condemned by human rights organizations as well as by many.
You go back to Africa while you stand.
Irony at its best, right? Israel is a
They mean black Africa though. Now then you go back to Africa. You be standing there what they call Morocco with the white people up in Morocco with Africa. They tell you take your ass back to Africa. This is Africa. Black Africa we're talking about. your ass back to black Africa. You better get out of here. Go back to Africa. I am in Africa.
Country built on the concept of refugees and is now turning its back on this very concept. Maybe it's the white settler colonialism that was the game changer. The fate of 140,000 Ethiopian Jews living in Israel is also bleak. They suffer from unemployment, lower school enrollment, lower annual income, and higher conviction rates than the rest. And the anti-government protests in recent years by the Black Jewish community reflect the injustice at hand. And so the question here is clear. Will Africa allow itself to be seduced by Israel at the expense of Palestinians and Africans alike? Well, I'm pretty sure the answer is clear for most.
Well, I bet Africans should not allow themselves to be seduced. That's the term is used. We should be very woke, and I believe youth are waking up, to realize what is happening. And I bet we understand who Israel is. But to just share also this video, they speak of, because he's explaining very well about them being super racist to us. Netanyahu, the prime minister himself, has made literally so many racist comments upon Africans, calling us monkeys. Using the, calling us Negroes are monkeys and all that. So it's just super, super crazy. Now you want to say you're friendly? Do you know how crazy you sound? And now we have videos showcasing how brutal country your people have been towards black people. Not once, not twice, but this has been your culture. You don't want to see, and literally, even the person who was supposed to save them, because this video explains the next one I'm supposed to show. The prime minister, by this time, this was 10 years ago, the one who was to save Africans from being tortured in Israel, being beaten. He said that kill all of them. We don't want to see any black person standing in this country. Kill all of them.
Yeah.
This is on YouTube. So stream here on YouTube.
You good? You good? Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's already on there. So that's just being honest, And you have all these, and you have bootlicking ass Bruto. I stand with Israel, and the boy, I stand with Israel, and stay with Israel. Then he was caught out by Jews, Melina. Now he stands with Palestine. The most worst thing we have, we got African leadership throughout the planet that do not represent us. We got the worst. We don't have leaders. The most bootlicking, handkerchief head, house Negroes we got to represent African people. It is disgusting. It's disgusting. And they don't care about us as a people. Go, you can play, Joe.
It is very disgusting. It is so disgusting. It is so disgusting, adding the fact that we had the Malawi president Chakwera sending so many people there, 5,000 young people, and saying that this is what?
This is good. Yeah, to be a slave, to be what to do the work, because Israelis are leaving. Always bringing black people to be slaves. So also that's what Rudo's sending them from Kenya too. Get your black flunkies up here, do the work that we're not gonna do. We'll pay a little money because we own the banks anyway. We want to destroy your economies anyway. We want to keep you impoverished anyway. So you'll have to belittle yourself and go work on our farms, and while bombs are blowing up around you, you'll do manual labor. And the fact that none of these Africans have any dignity because they're being paid a few little money kickback for them. They have no respect or dignity for their own people. That's why all of them got to go. They all got to go. Remember this? Pause again, Joe, for a second. Remember this? The same scam they worked in America. Now, what's wrong with the Jewish Black American community? Oh, we need to corral us back, because remember, if we were given the same lies, the Jews would help Black Americans help. These are the same people that destroyed our images. They own Hollywood. They're the ones that destroyed our image. So the gangsters, thugs, prostitutes. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
About 60,000 Africans have arrived in Israel on harrowing treks through the Sinai Desert, fleeing poverty, persecution, ethnic cleansing
And the funny
and
part about
genocide.
everything they get someplace that they like.
As refugee camps across Africa fill up and Europe closes its gates to asylum seekers by land and said to be a developed democracy. Israel is both refusing to grant them any benefits and denying them the ability to work legally to
Well, why you going? You can't work. How you going to feed yourself?
themselves.
Not get no.
Faced with poverty and exploitation, a new nightmare unfolded.
עדיין לא ממחר לעשות מעשה, להתחיל לאסוף את המסתננים, לא זכות לקבל שום דבר.
אני רואה חיה מחוץ לבית שלי, יריקות, פסיכופטים, אנשים שרק רוצים לרצוח אותי בעיניים שלהם, אבל אף אחד לא מאמין לנו.
How will I go to a country? I'm literally seeking for How will I go to a country? I'm seeking refuge. Then you're claiming that I want to murder you. You know, this is what this lady is saying. You know, she gets out, see black people, they want to murder her. I'm like, why would I go to a new country?
Because that's where they see you, Joby.
They're super crazy.
They don't want you there.
אנחנו גזענים כדי לרצות לשמור על החיים שלנו ועל השפיות שלנו. אז אני גאה בלהיות גזענית. אני גאה ב...
The white Europeans, right? They're not saying that they're, you know what, they're Jews.
Pardon?
These are white Europeans, Joby. So they're all racist. So they're going to act racist towards you, even though they're now in what they call Northeast Africa. Those are stolen lands, stolen away from African people hundreds of years ago. They don't want you there because now we got it. We stole it from these other fake white people called the Palestinians who stole it from you. Now we stole it. Now we don't want you here. You come here, we don't want you here. We're going to do, you know, we don't want you. But then they tell you that dumb stuff because they do want your resources in Africa. They want that. And these bootlicking leaders, like, hey, we smile with the Israelis, while they treat all African people like shit. And this is a fact. It's not a question, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. But go ahead, Joe, you got it.
Man who held the power to determine their fate, Deputy Prime Minister Eli Yishai, demanded their expulsion.
הם ייתנו לי את כל הכלים, ואני פועל להשיג את כל הכלים, וזה לא קל. הם ייתנו לי את כל הכלים בלי יוצא מן הכלל, תוך עוד משנה לא יישאר בארץ ישראל אפילו מסתנן אחד.
And the few isolated Israelis who dared to protest like the woman were met with hard lash.
You're married to a nigga, right? You're married to a nigga, right? Shame on you for marrying a nigga. Shame on you. See? But you have goofy people in Africa, but these are the children of God. What? You out of your mind. These are the children of God, Joby. Saying, are you married to a nigga? What? These are your children of God. That nonsense they put in your head, these lies.
Crazy.
Documented, one figure was ubiquitous, a member of Knesset. In August 2000, we interviewed him at Knesset.
מה זה כראש שהם שווים בכל מדינה? ולכן הם רוצים להפוך אותה למדינת אזרחי כל העולם. נביא לפה 1,000,000 אפריקאים, 500,000 פיליפינים, 2-3 מיליון סינים, ושלום על ישראל.
למה זה מאיים שיהיו פה עוד מיליון אפריקאים?
זה מאיים כי לא תהיה פה מדינה יהודית. המדינה שלנו, תקשיב, המדינה שלנו שונה ממדינות אחרות. המדינה שלנו היא מדינה יהודית ודמוקרטית. זה איזון מאוד מאוד לא פשוט, זה יכול להיות תרתי סתרי במקומות מסוימים. זאת אומרת, דברים סותרים זה את זה במקומות מסוימים. במידה ותביא לפה מיליון אפריקאים, היא תחדל מלהיות יהודית. אנחנו נלחמים, לדוגמה, בתופעה של התבוללות בעולם, ישנה התבוללות של 70-80% במקומות מסוימים בעולם. זאת אומרת, עם ישראל הולך לאיבוד. לי, עם ישראל יקר.
If you guys can read the words below, I don't know if majority of you can read, but yeah.
Ben Ari is known for leading nationalist marches through Arab neighborhoods inside Israel, where he antagonizes, intimidates, and menaces Arab citizens. On the holiday of Chanukah, Ben Ari led a rally at Levinsky Park, a public space in South Tel Aviv that has become home to many Africans who were denied work permits and the ability to afford housing.
כל הצבועים, אתם רוצים לעזור לאפריקאים, תיסעו לאפריקה. אתם רוצים לתת להם אוכל, לכו תיתנו להם שם. זאת המדינה היהודית היחידה שיש לנו.
Earlier in the year, at an anti-African by lawmakers from the governing Likud party and other mainstream politicians.
אריתריאה וסודאן זה לא כאן.
This is not Sudan or Eritrea, but you know what it is? It's North East Africa. You know what it is? It is African land. You know what it is? You know, it's not. This is not Sudan, it's not Eritrea, but you know what that is? That's African land. And the funny part about it, yeah,
Minutes after the rally,
the funny part about it will be again. I don't even get mad about it because it will be African land again. That's Africa. No matter how much you people scream, you're Europeans. You're European. Allah Joe begin. Allah Joe begin. You know, screaming, hollering how racist, the racism that they have for us. Uh-oh, I'm on the side. The racism that they have for us, you know, they always claim how they supposedly helped us. They can't stand black people. That's just the honest truth. What have we done to them? Absolutely nothing. What racial hate we give to them? Hollywood, with all the racial antagonism that they did to our image. They done that. And they claimed, and the right-wing wacko Europeans talking about the Jews have helped us. That's nothing more than a smoke screen. The only time they helped us was to benefit themselves. Has never been any real help. When Joby's back at her inlets, okay. There you go. Never been any real help that they've given us.
All right, I'm back.
She back. Hasn't been any real help. That's the thing. Remember, who destroyed your image here? They did. Remember, they had his black face, had his talking all retarded and stupid. Got us as thugs and criminals. They took over the rap industry, and every black woman's a B or a hoe. Got to be out here butt naked. That's them. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
That's right.
So we're a coward. Americans are friendly to everybody.
African homes and businesses and assaulting any African we found in the street.
We're beating the Africans.
All right.
1,000 Israelis rioted, attacking African homes and businesses and assaulting any African they found in the streets. Here is footage shot by one of the participants.
It ain't nothing gonna happen to these people. These Africans, ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
Yulia Shmuel of Belkovich at the Africans to be locked in prison camps alongside the asylum seekers. According to the Israeli Coalition Against Racism, incidents of racist incitement by Israeli public figures doubled in 2012. In many cases, the type of their hateful invective.
And this is where they send these Africans to work migrants. For these people here. it's
Chief among those two Africans in Israel.
We can't give employment because we're African. We don't know how to make employment in our own countries. We don't know how to do that. We just got to go to the white man who hates you and where you work for them. We can never build employment in Africa because we're morons. But you can always go work for racists and we'll say it's a victory. It's a victory for us. Go ahead, Joe.
Or of hundreds of state-appointed rabbis, including some of the premier religious authorities, and is bidding Jews from renting apartments to the African asylum seekers and any other we filmed religious edict.
שניסינו פה להוביל בעיר, לא להזכיר להם בתים, לחץ כזה לאחר שדיברנו מהקהילה שלנו והסתובבנו, לנסות להקשות עליהם.
Though painted as an existential threat, the fact remains that Africans in Israel pose no known security threat to the country. None of them in Israel and very many hold anti-Israel. Most are eager to contribute to the prosperity and well-being of the country. So why are they being demonized? Why is the government determined to deport them? Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu previously warned that if the level of Arab citizens of Israel exceeds 30% of the general population, Israel could become a binational state and would lose its Jewish character. With tens of thousands of non-Jewish Africans living in
it's funny what they're scared of will finally eventually come to happen. This is the crazy part. What they're scared of is gonna come and eventually happen. Africans will spread everywhere and their race will be outnumbered. That's just the fact.
Well, that's
Africans
what they're trying to
gonna go back and those lands back.
They're gonna go back into the numbers. That's what they're trying to stop. Exactly. He's telling you honest. We don't want you Negroes here.
Presence.
Numbers are getting. That's why we sterilized your women without their permission.
This is the looming threat.
We should have no African babies.
To the Jewish character of the state.
אנחנו הצלחנו לבלום את הכניסה של
This guy's from Europe.
מסתננים מאפריקה לישראל, אחרי שהיינו באיום של כניסה של מאות אלפים. החודש לא נכנס מסתנן אחד לערי ישראל.
His name is Makowski or something. He's Polish. All right? These are all white people pretending to be what they're not. That's how they came and stole the country 70 years ago. Remember, they walked in and stole this country. They claim to be something they're not. His name is Makowski or some shit. Look up his real name. It ain't no Netanyahu.
Fake identity.
אנחנו משיגים את התוצאה הזאת. בחודש הקרוב אנחנו נשלים את בניית הגדר לאורך גבול סיני. ועכשיו אנחנו עוברים לשלב השני, וזה השלב של החזרת המסתננים שכבר נמצאים.
Remember, they don't speak Hebrew. They speak in Yiddish.
The Israeli Knesset has amended
They don't speak Hebrew. So you think you got them talking about people know that he's not speaking any specific language. That's not Hebrew. He's speaking Yiddish. He's speaking Yiddish. He's not speaking Hebrew.
Without
you get out of here. Get your black ass out of here. Okay. Aren't you the chosen people? Yeah, we chose to get your ass out of here.
Trial for 3 years or more before being deported. To hold migrants and asylum seekers before deporting them, Israel's government has built what it calls an accommodation center in the Negev desert. Blueprints of the center, in fact, the largest prison of its kind in any industrialized nation. Currently, about 2,000 Africans language center in what human rights groups describe as substandard conditions. This footage we shot outside the prison shows how vast it is. A comprehensive look at the interior of the camp has never been presented to the general public.
And remember, African people, remember American people, your tax dollars pay for all of this. Israel is a welfare state.
This past New Year's Eve, we followed a mob of ultranationalists as they marched through South Tel Aviv, demanding the expulsion of non-Jewish Africans.
Non-Jewish Africans. It's the religion. Why can't they just Jews? Get that you in their country, but you as an African in their country, oh, welcome, white man, we love you. How you doing? You get treated worse by other Africans because they're morons in your own country, and they treat white people better than they treat you. Crazy.
This is so sad.
It's so true.
Headquarters of Michael Ben-Ari's Strong Israel Party.
Those are the cats with the small hats, Joby. Those are the cats with the small hats. Those are the cats with the small hats.
Super crazy. Now the ball goes back to us, when, especially like the young. I understand the state of poverty, but I think at this point, Africans, we should be more conscious of our lives. I don't understand why go die just because you want to make money. I'd rather die poor than, being honest. I don't want to die. I'd rather die poor.
Me too.
Honest, because I don't want to die being tortured just because I need to make maybe $2, and the next minute I'm on a fridge somewhere in a freezer. There's this video. There's a story we're discussing some time back here on the Culture Show with Kamlesh, and we shared the video of this lady from Qatar. She said she was locked on a whole freezer, standing, a freezer that she could fit standing, and she froze. She was there for 24 hours.
She died.
She nearly died.
She lived in it.
She survived, yeah, but she's messed up. She's not okay.
I bet she's not.
God damn. Yeah, I'd rather die poor. Be honest. I'm not gonna torture I'm not gonna take myself to a death slaughter, to a whole slaughterhouse scene that this is death. I'm okay. African people, I don't know. Poverty, I understand the state, but your government is to blame for this. These people have been so corrupt, pocketing money. They have not been able to build anything. Now we're being sent to Israel right now with all this war crisis. We're not needed there for the longest time. This is a video I'm sharing from 10 years back.
Yeah, they get you out of time. Yeah.
This is still happening. And they have mentioned, with the video you told me that they said that the target is literally the black, the black young people, black in both in America and Africa. This is the target.
Yeah.
We need to wake up.
They told you.
This is crazy. We're dealing with psychopaths. They're calling us psychopaths, but they're the psychopaths, you know.
Always psychopaths.
This is super crazy. And it is so sad to see that the people we've trusted with our lives, our nation to lead, are the ones literally sending us off to death, you know, and signing deals. Like, they don't care.
Have you ever seen black people act like that to any race of people? Never. We don't do that.
Never.
We love everybody. You never seen that?
Never. We literally walk in these people with diapers on the beach. I've seen a lady walking with an old mzungu with a diaper on the beach. I'm like, oh my God. Do we really have to? A whole diaper on these old mzungus ass, and you're okay walking with someone calling you?
The mzungu had the diaper?
Yeah. And the lady was all.
That was in Mombasa, right?
No, that was a video. Yeah, it was a video, but from literally the eastern, the coastal sides of, yeah, right here, either in Kenya or Tanzania. You know,
Tanzania. You probably Tanzania. Tanzania's even worse. Probably Tanzania. Somebody, white man had the damn diaper on. Hey, baby, you gonna wipe my butt? I'm a white man.
Ah, man, I'm not doing none of that. The next minute you're gonna be telling me to do what? Nah. White people are all weird. I'm gonna be finding myself doing how's it called? Let me remember the name. What was the name of this cartoon? Who? I can't remember the one you say.
You find yourself doing a dirty Sanchez.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing no dirty Sanchez. This is super crazy. We need, I don't know, but revolution is the way, you know. Congratulations to Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger. These people are already moving, and the children, I can say literally the children, the young generation is saved right now from the hands of these people. But the rest of us, we still didn't, especially in Kenya.
It'll happen because Mali, these other countries have been the example. You see, people actually care about their people and put their people first. They got rid of all these damn corporations that got the gold. They're bringing their own refinery, do their own gold. They're bringing in actual power with nuclear energy so the country can have clean power, make sure everybody's educated, free college, and, you know, that's what happens. So that's why you got, and then they also finally, those three countries have united. See, that start breaking down the borders. Burkina Faso, Mali said, we don't have any borders between us. We're going to unite and create one currency between us. That's a danger to the world. Danger to the cats with the small hats who run the banking system. So just be prepared. You're never going to stop trying to put coups in Mali and Burkina Faso and Niger. Because if you get free for a longer time, the other African countries, the youth are going to say, hold on now. Something ain't right. How they doing it? And we all messed up in pops. And these countries are getting rich. Something ain't working. So, you know, that's why they try to lock down the internet, make sure you don't share information back and forth. Because once you lose Africa, that's it. Africa's always been the prize. The youth are going to have to start realizing Africa's always been the prize. It's the wealthiest part on the planet. So whoever owns Africa rules the world. It's just that simple. Whoever controls that continent rules the planet.
We own Africa. We own Africa. We live here. So we will fight for it. That's just for sure. We will really, really fight for it because it's crazy.
Well, got no other place to go. You see what happens? The parts of Africa that's been taken over. Say, you get out of here. You married to a filthy nigga. Like, damn.
It's crazy. They can turn against their own because one of them is married to a black person. You know.
Right.
You married to a nigga. We don't know you and her. Get out of here. You, both of you, outside. You know. That tells you a lot who you're dealing with. If they can turn against their own people because of associating with black people, who are you as a black person?
Black people don't care about it. Like, I got my white man. Look at me, my boss, my white man. Black women be like, oh, my white. Look at you, told you, Joe. You like you seen in the road they be flexing. Joe, you see my white man? Look at my white man, Joe. Until they take you back to the white country, you get out of here, you filthy nigga. What? Right.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. I see Canfire Karibu saying European Arabs keep Africa poor so they can tell African Americans and Caribbean people that Africa is dusty. True. And just saying that we should be glad we were slaves. No, you shouldn't.
That's what they say, exactly. No, he just said he wasn't even here when that lady was saying the same thing. You should be glad we brought you over here and you go back in that dust bowl.
And just saying Africans are friendly to to everyone except Africans. We are cowards. I agree with that, man. It's super. But personally, I'm not friendly, man. Yeah, spare me that. So I see you, David, as well. Karibu sana. You say what's up? What's up to you too? And of course, welcome. But we're coming literally to the end of today's
Good now.
discussion with what I had.
I popped in and say, hey, Eddie, on your TikTok show, David, you're doing good business. They ain't gonna take you down. You're just talking about your spirituality. So congratulations on your TikTok thing. It ain't gonna take. I get on here talking, they taking me down. Taking me down. I'm just trying to going on, Royal. You know, I'm trying to become the real Mbaba of Cameroon. I ain't getting taken down.
Good luck being a Mbaba of Cameroon. Those girls are gonna milk your pockets. You have
Cameroon, Joby. Ain't milking nothing.
Once I hear that accent, I'm changing my accent too. Like, what's up, Mbaba? You know, are you coming to Kenya? I can direct you. You know, I know where the Airbnb is. Don't worry. You know, you just trust me. Just trust me. I'll drive you through the direction. Be careful, man. Be careful. And I agree with you. Actually, the reason why Africans don't trust each other is because we have trust issues here. You know, the way Africa has been kept and unkept, it really makes sense. It's the reason why Africans react the way they react. Because if today, let's say for me, I have trust issues every time I'm going out. I'm not gonna talk to a stranger because I've been robbed. You know, I've trusted someone and they robbed my phone, lying to me they're taking it to church. You know, they stole my phone and ran away.
Yeah, but you got that phone back somehow. Remember? Did you get that phone back, Joey?
Yeah, I did, but yes, but I did get the phone back, but that was scary.
Yeah, but still, how you know how amazing? How they took the phone and you have? I think you have about what, a day or so.
Let me give the story before we wind up. So I know I was going to meet DJ Carter. You know him, the brother to Pavin. I was going to the radio station where he works, and we're supposed to have a meeting, like, you know, catch up a few business issues we had. Then this guy follows me. I had that, like, I dressed very decently, like a very long dress, just looking all good, looking there. I'm going to, you know, someone's office. I don't want to look all raggedy and all that. And this guy follows me back. He's like, yeah, I like your walking style. I'm like, I know, but thank you. Yeah, you look good. Thank you. He still follows me and insists, like, you know, can I have your number? He's not tired. You know, I've walked like 15 minutes away. I'm just walking in the streets of town, like 15 minutes long. This guy is not getting tired. I'm like, can you just say I'm ignoring you, but you're not getting tired? But I'm like, okay, let me go. Maybe he's going to give up. He still follows me, you know, till where I'm going to catch the bus. Now, when you get to the bus station, the conductors are really always super rowdy. Our conductors are just always, we've talked about conductors, how rowdy they are and loud. So they're like, oh, yo, give this guy the number. He's been following you all the way, and now you're just going to ignore him. Just give him the number, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine. I gave him the number.
You should give him a phone number. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I gave him the number. That was just the number. Then my business, go finish my meeting. I go back home. Then 2-3 days later, this guy calls me now. He's like, hello. Is the guy you gave the number in town going to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, hi. Yeah, he introduces himself. Now we start talking, you know, just chatting a little bit. He starts now calling like a day after, or every day, a day after, or maybe the next day. Then one day I'm sitting just in the house. It was just like after 2 weeks of communication. One day he calls me on Saturday. I've just been in the house bored, thinking, nothing to do. Of course, I had no job. Just seated. I'm not going to church like in ages. It's been like 2 years I've not gone to church. I'm like, what are you doing tomorrow? I have nothing to do. He's like, can we go to church together? I'm like, who's this heaven sent man? You know, he just asked me to go to church. I'm not going to church like in 2 years. You asked me to go to church with you. You must be sent. So hell yes, I'm going to church with you. So I agreed. The next morning I woke up, you know, dressed up so well. I had my pedicure and manicure done the previous Saturday. That was the only busy thing I had doing. So my toes were looking so good, and I wore white open shoes, a white jacket, and a jumpsuit. I'm going to church. I have my Bible, I have my notebook. Like, I'm all ready for Jesus today. Like, I'm going to church. So I call him, I let him know that, I'm leaving the house. So where are we going to be meeting? He tells me the location. So we meet up in town. The location he told me. Then once we meet, he tells me, by the way, we're not going to be boarding a matatu. Our driver is coming to pick us. So I'm like, you guys have a driver? Okay. You guys have a driver? You mean you have a whole driver? Okay. Fine. This is nice. God just sent me a man. Yeah, I was exactly. I just got me a rich man. They have a whole driver. What you talking about? Like, okay, I'm like, cool. So he tells me before we go to church, as we wait for the driver, since he dropped my parents, let's go pick it was, I think, a hard disk for laptop. I had this something he wanted. I had disk and adapter. I can't remember, one of the two. So I told him, okay, cool. Since it's still early, okay, fine. So we went to town. We go around town in some streets that I've never been in before, because I'm not familiar with the whole town so well too, even up to date. So it takes me to streets I've never been before. They're dirty. They look crazy. I'm like, where are you taking me? But I'm just trying to be patient with this man, because I'm like, I don't want to be nagging, because we're going to church, right? So let me just be patient. So he takes me to the back streets. He's taking me to corners and corners.
Sound like the movie Nairobi Night Half Life.
I'm skipping sewages and all. I'm like, yo, do you not have white shoes on? And my toes were done yesterday. Like, I spent money on this. But anyway, so we get somewhere on a certain container where there's so many containers. Then you can't literally see towards the end, but it's so many containers with like a downstairs somewhere. So he tells me, he tries to act like he's calling now the guy supposed to pick the abductor from. He tries calling him, he comes back and tells me, oh, I don't have credit. Can you help me with your phone? I'm like, cool. Then he starts walking away with my phone. I'm like, yo, where are you going? Stand there. I want you to make the call right here, then give me my phone. He's like, well, don't you trust me? I'm like, it's not like I don't trust you, but I don't feel comfortable without being with my phone. I want you to give me my phone after making the call.
At least you wasn't too stupid. You got news. Hey, why are you going away with my phone?
Exactly. So he makes the call. Then he acts like he has made the call. So I was also stupid not to check if he really made the call. He acts like he's really made the call. Then he gives me the phone back. He tells me, I'm coming back. Let me go check on him. He's told me where he is. So he comes back. He tells me, oh, the guy just told me actually he doesn't have the adapter, but he sent me to a certain shop where I can get it. That is in Adams. Never been to this place. This is actually now where our previous office, where Blackout Fire was at the first time. The same part. Yeah. So I've never been here before. I don't know nothing about this place. I'm new totally. But I'm like, cool, let's ride. What about your driver? He's gonna find us there. Okay. So we bought a matatu now. Yeah. You're gonna pay because I don't have money. Yeah, fine. Like, okay, let's go. So we go, we get to, it's called Adams. We get to Adams. He asked me first thing when we aboard the matatu, what are you going to have for lunch? KFC or pizza? I'm excited. You mentioned KFC or pizza? Yeah, I'm going to have me KFC. I've not had KFC in a while. So yes, chicken all the way. Chicken all the way, baby. So we get in. Then I see, I saw some accessories.
He put in the work.
Some accessories like these ones. Then it was like a bracelet but made of this Maasai accessories and everything. So I liked it. And I was like, since this guy, they have a driver and he's acting all rich, I want to tell him to buy me this. So I told him, can you get me one? He's like, cool. Then he starts bargaining. I'm like, why are you bargaining though? I think you have money. Why are you bargaining? But anyway, none of my business. I just want the bracelet. So he gets me the bracelet. Then again, he asks me now for my phone the second time. Can you assist me with your phone? As I make the payment, he gives me the money to make the payments. He takes his phone, takes my phone, takes my glasses, leaves me his dirty looking glasses. I really had some Lacoste expensive glasses. He took them. I don't even know where they went. Then he tells me, stand here for 5 minutes. I'm coming back. Let me check on the guy to make the call. I'm like, cool. I stood there for 5 minutes like a damn person. I don't know what these guys have, but I stood there for real for 5 minutes waiting for this guy to come back. That's when my mind clicks. Wait, hold up. 5 minutes are over. Where's this guy? Why did I stand here not follow him? So I go now asking the watchman, where is a hardware shop, any hard disk shop here, anything that deals with laptop. They're like, today's on a Sunday, lady. They don't even open, and we don't sell any such kind of things here. Hold up. Okay, did you see this guy who looks like this? What are you trying to say? Yeah, someone stole my phone. They told me to give the description and all that. Then they checked on the CCTV. Actually, this guy, this is the second time, and I'm the second lady, is brought there with the same scam. And she was stolen. They stole the phone the same way. Now I'm stranded. I don't have no transport, nothing with me. I only know my boyfriend's number. My boyfriend's number. I call my boyfriend, is all mad, yelling at me. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? All my projects are there. I started literally getting the projects that
how am I your boyfriend? You out with another man? Like, hey, good luck to you.
Of course, I couldn't tell that part. I couldn't tell that part at that point. How am I with another man and have your boyfriend? I couldn't explain that part. Because he was also, that's the same guy I was doing laundry for. Like, he's all the time always drunk partying and all that. Of course, I'm giving attention to someone else. Okay. So I was stranded. Then I told those guys to help me with their phone, to call the guy. Then I called him, told him to send me like 150 shillings for transport to get me home. So he sent me the cash. Then on my way home, I bumped into the guy, the same form he used to approach me, tapping my shoulder. He was approaching another lady the same way, nagging her. I was like, wait, that's the same guy. That's the same guy. Man, I don't know where the confidence came from, but I grabbed him. Like, I need my phone. If you don't, you're dead right here, because I'm going to scream. I'm about to scream. You better give me my phone. Oh, what are you talking about? I was coming back. I left you. You left me where? Stranded. I don't even know where I am. I even barely don't know where I am. You're telling me you're coming back for me and you're in town? You're in town. You left me an hour away distant. You're telling me you're coming back for me. You crazy? But I got the phone back and I was so excited, but I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. I was really traumatized for me, because that was when I was starting everything, my projects, photo shoots, everything. Everything is just coming in together slowly. It's like, wow. I was messed up.
We were lucky. That's what you get for trying to cheat. That's what you get for cheating.
It's crazy. I didn't cheat. I was not cheating.
That's what you get. You didn't, but what you get. But you lucky got your phone back. That was amazing. Meet somebody on the other side of town. You find
I did, but I still ended up being stolen by a gay.
It got stolen again?
It ended up being, it was stolen again by a gay person now. A gay man. A whole gay man.
Well, he came back and grabbed it?
No, that's story for another day. I'll give it to you now. I lost it.
You know the story, you'll be like that party with some gay people and they stole her shit.
Yeah.
Girl, let me see your phone. Okay, I'll let you see it. You damn.
Man, it was. I'd say it was a. You see the way you went to buy. What was it? You went to buy. Then this transgender was the one who was serving you.
Yeah, that was. I was going to get a Subway. That was a year ago, man. I was I was way out there in New Mexico. I was a sandwich shop. I was just getting a sub. That was Subway. And I turned around. I was looking at these other people and they masks. Look at these goopy bastards still running around here with masks, going little crazy stuff. And I heard her say, "Can I help you?" I turned around and shit. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll give my story. I'll give my story. I'll give my story later, or maybe this week again. But much love, family. We're coming to the end of today's show. You have an amazing day. Thank you to everyone who has joined us, and see you guys tomorrow. Same time, different conversation, different program. Thank you for tuning in.
Tomorrow they'll be on they be doing the for the culture. So if you guys got a TikTok account, that's where you guys they get to play music, they laugh and jokes. A really fun show. You get to call in and request your songs, and they'll play with whatever you want to play. So it's a fun show. So this time tomorrow they'll be on TikTok and the radio and the network. Much love, family.
Yeah.
Peace.
Much love, family. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.